Good morning, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary General, Excellencies. Thank you for giving UNRWA once more the privilege of addressing the League of Arab States. Since I last joined this forum 6 months ago, the situation of Palestinian refugees has continued to deteriorate across the region. The impact of last May's conflict in Gaza remains acute on the daily life of the population, the economy, and the infrastructure. The deteriorating security and socio-economic situation in the West Bank, including East Jerusalem, is a source of major concern. The unprecedented financial and economic collapse of Lebanon pushed over 70% of Palestinian refugees under the poverty line. And in Syria, the vast majority of Palestinian refugees now live on less than $2 a day. And the economic situation in Jordan is dire, and Palestinian refugees report increased hardship. Year after year, UNRWA has managed to provide critical services despite its chronic underfunding through austerity measures. But today, we have exhausted our ability to continue to deliver education, health, and social protection services to Palestinian refugees at the same level and quality we used to do. Why? Because the needs of the refugees have increased, and so have the cost of the services that Palestinian communities and member states expect us to deliver. Meanwhile, our resources have remained stable for more than a decade. The almost unanimous political support expressed by the United Nations General Assembly to the agency is not translated into matching financial resources. UNRWA is expected to provide government-like services. It does. It is expected to abide by UN values and principles, and it does. And UNRWA is expected to raise voluntary funds to run its services. But without sufficient and predictable funding from all those supporting our mandate, we cannot maintain our services in a sustainable way anymore. Excellencies, last year we welcomed the return of the United States among our largest donors. European and other donors have remained steadfast in their support. Government in the Arab region continued to express a strong political support to the right of Palestinian refugees. 4 years ago, the contribution from the region to UNRWA operation amounted to close to 25% of our budget. Last year, however, it reached a record low with an overall contribution of less than 3%. This does not really echo the strong political support to Palestinian refugees. Political support and funding from the region are the most compelling way to tell Palestinian refugees that they have not been abandoned by their fellow Arabs. It is the best investment in the human development of Palestinian refugees towards self-reliance. I wish here to thank the members of the Arab League that have continued to fund UNRWA. Last year, we concluded a multi-year funding agreement with Kuwait and Qatar. Let me also thank the League of Arab States and its Secretary General for strongly supporting and advocating for Palestinian refugees. Excellencies, nobody wants to be a refugee. Every young Palestinian refugee I meet during my visit to refugees camp strikes me as a potential success story. Like their peers everywhere, a Palestinian refugee's child or young person wants to hope that the future can be bright. Of the 2 million girls and boys who have gone through UNRWA schools in the last 7 decades, success seems to be a common denominator to many teachers, engineers, artists, doctors, and more. And today, there is still a lot to celebrate and to be proud of. In the West Bank, Lebanon, and Jordan, a total of 35 schools won the International School Award organized by the British Council. In Gaza, Rada Krayem is among the first female students graduating from our award-winning course on solar photovoltaic system at the Gaza Vocational Training Center. And in Syria, Majd, Abdallah, Mahmoud, and Wissam, 4 students from the UNRWA Informatic Club, won the countrywide Kids and Adolescent Programming Marathon. Excellencies, at a time when UNRWA continues to be under politically motivated attack, at a time support for the agency has become a byproduct of domestic political consideration, I urge the members of the Arab League, first, to help the agency push back against allegations that seek to undermine the right of Palestinian refugees, and second, to shield the agency from collateral impact of member states' political decisions. With the war in Ukraine today, food experts and economists are expecting a significant increase in wheat and fuel prices that will make access to food more costly. Needs in the region and among Palestinian refugees will increase even more at a time the world attention will be on Ukraine. More than ever, regional solidarity is needed. The mandate of UNRWA is a common responsibility, and the stability of the region is in our common interest. I hereby appeal to you, members of this Council, to scale up your support to Palestinian refugees. I appeal to you to match the generosity of the countries that host Palestinian refugees. Your support and funding are a seal of confidence that Palestinian refugees will wear with a lot of pride. Thank you for generously giving me this platform today to continue to call for solidarity with Palestinian refugees. Thank you.